Hi, welcome to Spy Wand Watch. Let's talk about movies. Today's movie, Predator. Warning, this video may contain spoilers. The 1980s, a very nostalgic time for many, and it still remains popular today. This decade had a lot of memorable moments in fashion, television, toys, technology, and more. It was a huge breakout for blockbuster movies, some of the more popular genres being action and horror. So in comes Predator, which can be considered a mix of the two. And what made this movie stand out was the fact that it was an action-packed monster movie with a great cast of popular actors at the time. Arnold Schwarzenegger was becoming a well-known action hero due to his enormous muscles and characteristic Austrian accent. And it wasn't just Arnold as the star. The movie also had actors like Carl Weathers, Bill Duke, Elpidia Carrillo, Jesse Ventura, Sonny Landham, and more, who were all big actors at the time and fit together with their physiques to be a group of soldiers. This movie is 30 years old and it was at the end of its decade, but I think it still holds up. Many say they like Predator because it takes their favorite parts from other 80s movies, and it's fun to watch without having a complicated plot. It left a huge impression and memorable quotes. Though the movie did want to try to keep the Predator a mystery, it's hard to not have already seen what he looks like throughout all the years and after all the sequels. Now let's get into the movie a little bit. Predator starts off like any other action movie would, with a little bit of sci-fi. We're here to watch the best of the best take down the bad guys, a group of commandos using their skills to go into a very dangerous situation. I looked up who was fighting who during the 80s, since enemies in this movie seem to be from some sort of Spanish-speaking country. The biggest conflicts were the tensions of the Cold War between America and Soviet Russia, and the wars that started in the Middle East. Now, some of the violence did lead into parts of Central America, with involvement from the US. Often cinema does reflect reality, so in a time where people were wary of war and terrorist attacks, it seems to fit that we'd see it in movies like Predator. And it's not clear who the team was fighting, which I think kind of says something about war. But I don't think the filmmakers really intended that. I think they just wanted to make a simple movie. I like that you didn't even see the monster for a while, but you did see the carnage it left behind. Humans have put themselves at the top of the food chain by means of technology, so could something else adapt itself to be at the top? When the alien creature finally reveals his true self underneath the mask, he's just shown to be an ugly monster that veers away from anything human. In the beginning of the film, the group is told to extract a cabinet minister from enemy lines. It then turns into a bloodbath as the group fires heavily on the enemies, killing all of the men except for the one woman. Then it's flipped. The Predator attacks and tries to kill the group. There are some unanswered questions in the movie, like why Predator is here on Earth, or specifically in this jungle. Did he come because of the environment or because of the violence that was already taking place? Without watching the other movies, we can wonder if there are others like Predator who will come back. In the end, I don't think the movie took itself that seriously or really thought about anything more than a movie about man versus alien. I think my negatives would probably be things that could be chalked off as products of its time that you probably won't see or hear today. Some of the jokes being very crude, and it seems to be centered around war and the persona of the macho man. Today's muscle men have more of a defined and slimmer look in action movies, though there are still many bodybuilders out there, and I can't really complain too much about the CGI, especially when looking at an old movie compared to today's CGI. Positive. I think it had a good score. I think the music fit really well. It had a good story. It was very suspenseful and thrilling. It had an interesting location, making the characters out of their element and put them right in nature. Overall, it was a good movie. It was exciting with its mystery and final reveal of the Predator. The special effects makeup for the Predator was really well done. If you want a good old action movie, this is for you. Predator definitely set the stage for other movies and became a classic 80s film. Now I gotta pick my team in one of the time-honored mashups, Alien vs. Predator. Now based on their original movies, I gotta say I like Alien better, mostly because it was more cinematic, with better shots and acting. And as for who would win monster-wise, I would still say Alien, because in the end, it still doesn't need armor, and it's just plain scary by itself.